serving the country with the most leading news and information 24/7. Truth prevails, your opinion matters. Transparent, no hidden agenda. This is School Patrol, your news and information station. Good morning, Caddies. Good morning, Negros Occidental. Today we are here at Purok Azucena, Barangay Bangkerohan, one of the 22 barangays here in Cadiz City. Barangay Bangkerohan was once part of the Barangay Tiglawigan, but it was separated from the said barangay in 1961 through the effort of the former Congressman Vicente F. Bustino. Barangay Bangkerohan derived its name from a boat manned by a banquero used by its inhabitants in going to the city proper. It has a total land area of 2,000 hectares and it is 2 kilometers away from the city proper. We also have here the map for the specific location. As part of our school patrol, today we are going to investigate the status of our mangrove swamp in this area. Mangrove swamps are one of the most important aquatic ecosystems. Mangroves are trees that grows along the shoreline of a warm tropical ocean. It is also the home for a large variety of fish, crabs, shrimps, and mollusk species. The dense root system of a mangrove forest traps sediments flowing down the river and on the land. This helps stabilize the coastline and prevents erosion from waves and storms. What can we see here are the non-living things like the water, mud, branches, leaves, and rocks. We also have here the living things like the fish, crabs, mollusk species, shrimps, migratory birds, and of course, mangrove trees. Interaction between living and non-living things are sea animals swims in the water and the migratory birds and mollusk species walks on the land or mud. Did you know that the Philippines has a 65 true mangrove species? And according to the mangrove cover, using LiDAR data, here in Negros Occidental, we have 23 true mangrove species. So, the estimated ratio is 23 true mangrove species is to 64 different marine organisms, including wide array of organisms that feeds on the leaf litter, algae, plankton, and other small animals. And now, here with us is one of the mangrove protectors that live nearby the mangrove swamps area, Mr. Jordan San. Maayong aga, sir.
Morning.
Sir, pilang nagali ka mo ka years na nag-a-istar dire lapit sa mangrove swamps area?
Okay, we started do business here since 1974. So, since birth, we are already here. So, it is just that we try to encourage people to protect our mangroves for our environment.
So, sir, for 47 years na mga pag-istar dire, may ara pa lang ka mo na experience ng mga disadvantages and advantages?
As to advantages, one of which is during Yolanda, during typhoon. Okay, dakuhin na mabulig ang mangroves since nag-protect sa aton nga environment and at the same time na-proteksyonan ang amon nga old house. So, meaning, wala kami na during sa mga typhoon. So, hindi kayo issue sa amon ng typhoon. The disadvantage is, because of the massive growth sa mangroves. There are so many kinds of mangroves. One of which is, amunin siya makita na dire sa aton nga palibot, nga the moment madagdag ang iya nga bunga, matubo lang sa dason. So ang tendency, naganubo ang aton nga mga land area, wherein nagataas, gali aton land area, wherein prone ini sa baha. So more or less, amo lang yun ang nakita ko nga disadvantage nga nagkataas ang atong naduta. So meaning, prone ta sa baha, especially when we have heavy rains and during high tide. So amo na ang atong nga problema.
So sir, base sa experience nyo ng mga disadvantages, may ara ka ba na idea sir kung anong hinhimo sa mga barangay o kung gobyerno para ma-solve ini nga problem?
So ako, I believe, since nagataas manggid, almost na rin yung mga rivers. Not just like the San Pablo River, but also si Caba River. Kay damo tadi mga kabukiran. So ang tendency, the moment na mag-ulan, heavy rain, ang inang mga kadutaan, kakadto gina sa river, wherein naganabaw ang atong mga rivers. So ako, ang nakita ko sina, wherein, I think, a few days ago, amuna na ang mga plano ni Mayor na there will be a dredging. Dredging in a sense nga ibalik ang kataas ang aton nga mga river. Kay kung magdubo ang aton nga mga rivers, ang tendency sina budlayan aton nga mga small fishermen folks. At at the same time, wala na mga isda nga nagasulod sa aton nga mga rivers. So the solution is to dredge. I think the Mayor is very, very interested in doing such.
Pero sir, bilang isa ka pumuluyo nga nag-a-istar dire, ano ba na dapat ang atong himuon agud maprotektahan kag ma-preserve ang aton nga mga mangrove forest?
Okay, first, we need to have the heart for our nature. We need to educate people. Like for us, example here in Moonbase, this is not just a restaurant, but we are also here to campaign and to educate, especially our young ones. Like with this kind of mangroves, I mean, dako ang contribution, makahatag sa aton gagmay-gagmay yung mga similya here around us here. Second, makaprotect din dako sa aton yung bayan. So let us start doing our share by doing our part in planting mangroves.
Madamo gid niyo salamat sir. Thank you gid. Very informative gid ang mga information nga ginhatag niyo sa akon. Thank you very much for spending your time with us.
It's always been my pleasure since in build tani ang Moonbase. Part of our advocacy is to educate our young ones. So thank you very much as well for being here. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
So in addition, if we want to give attention to protect, preserve, and conserve our mangrove forest, it will not only affect our ecosystem, but it can also affect our human body system directly or indirectly. Like if we cut mangroves, the air will become polluted because of carbon sequestration. So it may damage our respiratory system because we inhale the polluted air. Next, because of mangrove degradation and littering, no more dense root system that can trap sediments to prevent flood. So it may damage our skin that can lead to skin diseases like eczema and can trigger our wound infection if we will be exposed to dirty flood water. And of course, because of continuous flooding, it can be a breeding ground for mosquitoes and a reason to affect our circulatory system because of dengue, malaria, and leptospirosis. As a concerned citizen, what will I contribute in maintaining our environment healthy is that I will follow the rules and regulations set forth by the government to maintain a clean surrounding. I will impose a program to protect, preserve our natural habitat, and of course, I will exert time and effort to do tree and mangrove planting activities. Because I believe that developing a healthy community environment is not just keeping its residents healthy physically, but also making a good and rich environment in terms of way of living and access to their resources. Bilang isang mag-aaral, gagamitin ko ang aking boses sa pagpapahalaga, pagpoprotekta at pagpepreserba sa ating gubat bakawan sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng iba't ibang kaalaman na aking natutunan mula sa aking ipinagmamalaking paaralang SPED Training Center. Magbubuo ako ng programa para sa komunidad upang maturuan sila kung paano at bakit natin kailangang bigyang halaga, protektahan at ipreserba ang ating bakawan. Magpapatupad ako ng ordinansang mahigpit na ipinagbabawal ang pagputol ng mga bakawan. Magsasagawa ako ng coastal cleanup at mangrove nursery para sa iba't ibang klase ng bakawan upang matirahan ng maraming isda. Dahil naniniwala ako na kapag maraming isda, maraming tao ang mabubuhay. Gagamitin ko ang aking buong lakas upang maipatupad ang lahat ng programa at ordinansang gusto kong gawin para sa ikabubuti ng pamayanan. Because I believe that if ye are in the service of your fellow beings, ye are only in the service of God. Reporting for the people, this is SHAWN FRAY, Revalez, for news and information straight from the source. Keep it here at School Patrol 24/7.